Well, election week is upon us. Hello, my name is Chad Graham with the law firm of Graham Adair. This is an exciting time. It's a time of a lot of questions. As you can imagine, we're getting a lot of questions on immigration. We decided to put together this video wherein we went to each candidate's website to see exactly what their stated positions are on certain immigration topics, to bring that to you, as well as former positions that they've held on various immigration topics. Now, before we get into the specifics, I want to make sure you understand that regardless of what changes are made, we've been through this before as a law firm and we've guided our clients successfully through the process. Now, let's start with border security because this has been the major topic of this election cycle as it pertains to immigration. After that, we'll switch to the employment-based discussion. Now, both candidates have talked about improving border security and border enforcement. Vice President Harris has said that she would do this by hiring additional border agents. She's talked about potentially reviving the border bill that was proposed during the Obama administration but never became law. Under that bill, there would be additional border agents. There would also be a lifting of the per-country limits on green card applications and more options for investor visas to come into the United States. Lastly, there was a provision for creating a pathway to citizenship for people who are in the United States undocumented as of a certain date and giving them the opportunity to eventually apply for citizenship. That was the topic that sparked the most debate. On former President Donald Trump's website, it refers to the sections of border wall that were built during his tenure and potentially moving back to that, as well as using local law enforcement to identify and detain people who are in the United States undocumented, particularly those with a criminal history. His plan also includes a return to the Remain in Mexico policy, which means that people applying for asylum through the southern border would be required to remain in Mexico while their applications are being processed. All right, let's shift gears now to the employment-based discussion. On Trump's website, it talks about going to a merits-based system similar to those used in certain European countries. This is a points-based system where points are awarded for certain things like higher levels of education, certain fields of study, years of experience, especially in certain areas, and certain skill sets that are in the national interest of the United States. And then those people that have more points are prioritized over people that have fewer points. Now, because employment-based immigration has not been a major topic of this election cycle, there's not much on Vice President Harris's website, but we can look at the Biden administration as a roadmap for what she might do, because many have anticipated that she would carry forward similar policies on employment-based immigration. One of the things we can look at is the denial rates of H-1Bs. Last year, under the Biden administration, the H-1B denial rate was 3.5%. Under the Trump administration, H-1B denial rates increased until they were more than 20%. So there's a big variation there. Now, again, I want to reiterate that we have gone through these changes before. During the Obama administration, we advised clients on what the border bill might do in terms of changes to their immigration program. Similarly, during the Trump administration, we helped our clients figure out how to prepare and file cases in a way that they were less likely to receive government challenges or denials. The other thing to keep in mind is that in order to have major sweeping changes, it would require Congress to be on board. So while some of these changes can be made through executive order, in order to have really major changes, Congress would need to be involved. Well, we might not know the results of the election right away, especially if it's a close contest, but this is obviously a very important topic that we're going to be following. Once it's clear which candidate has won, we're going to do another video that digs into more detail on what we might see in terms of changes to immigration. Until then, we'll see you next time.